Welcome back to my channel. I know I've been vacant for a while. I haven't posted much. I've been always debating on if I should ever post on YouTube ever again. I just don't have the ambition to post. I always feel like that my videos will probably never ever go anywhere, but I've done a lot of stuff since then, and I feel like I regret not posting on YouTube because I've done a lot of builds in this garage. The reason why I'm thinking about posting again is because this thing, not so much that. I'm selling that. Was going to be a big project of mine. It was going to be an all-wheel drive K-Series. It's already all-wheel drive. And it's already got the mounts for the K-Series, or I should say the bracket for the K-Series on this side. It's caged and everything. True, clean, rust-free SI CRX. But I came across this thing. This is C6 2010 with the 6.2 and the TR6060. I paid 10 grand for this car, running and, well, not necessarily running and driving. It did run. I did drive it up on my tow truck. The reason why I got it for so cheap is because it had a massive rear main oil seal leak. I can probably try finding the video of me replacing it. I don't have much video on tearing the whole rear end out and everything, but I do have a video of the rear main seal. It literally fell out of the rear cover. It was just sitting in there. Thankfully, the flywheel was keeping the seal from coming completely out. And I've never seen a seal protrude out of the cover before, and I was like, wait a minute. I was able to pull it out by hand. Typically, you're supposed to pry those out. The fuck? And draining all the oil out. It was just enough to leak out tremendously out the rear. But I fixed that all in one day, drove it, and noticed that it's still, but I noticed an issue that the seller did not tell me, that it had low oil pressure. So I figured I'd post a video of me doing the cradle drop, but I was thinking about, well, I didn't know if these had, the Corvette 6.2s had holes in the towers, because I know DOD engines have oil hole ports on the towers to supply the valley cover for the DOD shit. I didn't think Corvettes had them because these never came DOD. So I figured I'd just take it off and cap them, and then I can put my Motion Raceworks valley cover plate on there to straddle the engine. I have one of those things. It's over there. One of those deals. I was going to straddle the engine, take the cradle off, and do an oil pump and cam retainer plate. Cam retainer plate usually leak a lot on LS's. Normally when I build an LS car, I do all the, I guess, quote unquote, oiling mods like the barbell in the back, cam retainer plates, new lifters. I cap all those if I have a Gen 4. And then a good oil pump, pickup tube O-ring. Oh, that's another thing too. I was going to replace the O-ring in it as well. But anyways, I figured I would take that off, like I said, cap them. But as I was taking this off, I was looking at these, and then I noticed that thing right there. That gasket is crushed. That might be my low oil pressure issue. And you can kind of see maybe oil was squirting out and just cleaning the surface of that, just cleaning it from pressure. And I might just get new gaskets and cap the towers and throw it back together. And hopefully that fixes my low oil pressure issue. I might just do that and see what happens, because that would be pretty fantastic, because I have literally 10 grand in the car, 70 bucks in the rear cover seal kit, and my time. That's it. So technically I have under 10,100 bucks, plus the oil, 100 bucks for good oil. Put some nice Mobil 1 oil in it. And yeah, I'll report back. I also want to bring up this. I don't have enough. I'm gonna have to go to the parts store tomorrow. I have to obviously go to the parts store for some gaskets for that. But I also want to mention this. I'm sure you can find all kinds of videos on YouTube. Everyone's freaking done it, but I figured I'd mention it too. So this is actually a roller bearing, cup bearing, from parts of a bearing, brand new. Part number is A37 National Bearing from O'Reilly's. What you do is you buy the bearing, you cut the race off, and then you keep these. What you do is take this little sucker and you put it in there like so. And then what you do is take your hammer and hammer it down. You can probably take I feel like it went in a lot easier. What you can probably do too is take a chisel pick or whatever, hammer it a little further down. So what that is you're pretty much capping those. There's no point in even running these holes. That's what that gasket's for. That's what, see, there's nothing, goes nothing. This is a non-DOD valley cover. I mean, I'll still get the gaskets just for like reinsurance, for insurance purposes, for myself, feel comfortable doing. But take a couple more of these things. Do not drop them in there. Some fit tight, some fit a little loose. That one, those, oh yeah, I can like, that's as far as I can push it with my finger. See, that one kind of dropped in. I might tap it down a little further, but where'd my hammer go? Oh, it's right here. Bam. Done. Now I'll just go to the parts store and get a couple more of those and some more gaskets, and then we'll finish up tomorrow. So I gasket maker these a little bit so when I go to flip it around, they don't fall out. So I got these plugs in. So what I do is I take a little chisel and I stake the ends, and then I hammer them in so it goes in a lot tighter, and so they don't come out, which I doubt it. I mean, I had a 1,000 horsepower 5.3 Gen 4 that I did the same things too, and I didn't stake them in, and it ran 115 psi down the track of oil pressure, so I ain't too worried about it. So we're gonna get this cover on and put the rest together, and then hopefully oil pressure's good. That'll save me a lot of time from dropping the whole cradle and doing all the other extra stuff. But if it still does it, I guess another video. Let's see, I have a problem with recording stuff that I should be recording. I've always dealt with that issue my entire last 5 years of putting stuff together when I knew I should have freaking recorded it. But so they ran, the O'Reillys I usually go to, they ran out of A37 bearings. These are A37. I went to, they had a A38 bearing, and I went to go, I already put the valley cover on, but when I went to go put it in the hole, it freaking dropped down. It freaking dropped down. So luckily these only go right to the bottom and they stop, because there's a port that goes alongside the motor that fills up the lifters full of oil, and at the same time that port goes up and fills up those towers. So luckily it dropped, and I couldn't find a I couldn't find a magnet skinny enough to fit down there, so I got one from Harbor Freight. I tore it down, grinded it down, did this, fished it down the tower, magnetized it, and it came right out. Freaking thank God. That's ridiculous. And then also, I'm not gonna do very many videos of assembling stuff like this. I don't think it's really necessary. I don't think people really care to watch something like that anyways, but I'm gonna get this together and then I'll start up the video of it running cold and check the oil pressure, and then go for a drive and maybe do like a review on my 10K Vet. Well, got it all together. I'm going to clean up a little bit and move some cars around, because I got fucking like a tow truck and 2 cars outside blocking the way. But yeah, I'm going to clean up and then we'll do a first start, and not first start on the new repair. Hopefully she fixes it. But yep. Oh yeah, baby. That TR6060, baby. Alrighty, this is a cold engine. I mean, even with that leak, it was pretty decent cold. It was a little above 40. I mean, they say factory oil pump on a vet Google, they're saying anywhere between 45 to 55 cold, and it should be around 35, 40 when warm. They say sometimes they drop down to almost to 20, but this thing was getting down to like 16, and that was getting a little alarming. But awesome. All right, hopefully everything's plugged in. $10,000, it's not bad price. I would ignore the body because, I mean, 10 grand for a 2010 C6 with the factory 6.2 and a TR6060 trans, I mean, you can't complain. I'm gonna wait for my buddy to get here so he can record me while I drive it, and then we'll check her out. Couldn't wait much longer for my buddy to show up, so I said, drive it. So far, the oil pressure's been pretty steady. Usually, before it was getting real low, and it was making me worried. But I only pulled out my camera because I was doing a hit, and my freaking hood bolt flew off. Well, not flew off, but it flew up. Thankfully, it's a reverse style hood. I'm gonna pull over here and close it. Maybe do a rip with the phone. I don't know. No roof rack on the roof. That's how you can tell if they're a cop or not. So I'm going to take her home and wait for my buddy so we can do some recording, do some first person driving maybe. Well, unfortunately, the vet is going to go underneath some more repairs. I did go on the test drive, drove it around quite a bit. The oil pressure did improve by a little bit, not as much as I wanted it to. So that necessarily didn't fix the low pressure issue. So next thing is do the oil pump, pickup tube O-ring, oil pan gasket, and then the cam retainer plate. And hopefully we can revive the oil pressure from that. But I guess that's where our next video is going to be at. I'm going to be dropping the cradle on the vet, and hopefully I can keep posting more videos. Maybe here on out I'll keep with it. But till then, that'll be it.